Hi, Sam Toberson of Joy Music Services, and we're continuing with our preacher chords. Did C the last time. Now we're going to do the key of D flat. All right, let's get kind of loose up in the key of D flat. And as you see, I'm incorporating both the major and an element of the um, jazz scale, whichever way you want to take it. Because your chords for preacher chords is going to come from both scales, both the major and the, we'll call it the jazz minor scale. Let's see. And what I try to encourage musicians is to practice all the particular scales that's going to be helping you to build those chords that you want to be added in, especially for the preacher. Because at the most point, you're going to have a pretty much a set chord. For those that use the number system, we'll go to the major first with a seventh on it. That's going to be your one. That's going to be your four plus, which is always a diminished chord, and then your five can be A flat, or it could be the G flat. Both will fit. Now, as I've always said, you have to know your bass notes that you want to work with, and the simpler the better, because you can just walk up. Very basic. So when you're accompanying a preacher, of course you're trying to listen to their cadence. Are they going to be in a major cadence or in a minor cadence? You as a musician have to listen and then react in less than, I'll give you a second and a half. Now you know that that is the cadence in which they're working, but at a moment's time, the cadence can change. So be ready with both. Hang around here. Now you can give them that minor, and the preacher chords is really gives the preacher support for where they are in their sermon, what they call the hoop time, and you want to give them a break so that they can breathe because they are expending so much energy, and you've got to assume that the preacher knows what he wants to do musically. So, and that term flow comes to play for those who didn't see the video. So you're going to have to hear basically where the preacher might go before he or she thinks they know where they're going. So you always want to be hanging right here. Because what's in here? That's right there. Because that one note right there is keeping you in both the major and the minor scale. Because they both have elements of. There's a major. So once you get a picture of where they're going musically, you're hanging in there. It's another way of getting to the four. There's always musically a way when you practice to sort of picture yourself a preacher right in front of you. Right now, I can envision a preacher going into the key of D flat. So there's my bottom. While he's right there, that's the chord that I'm going to be riding with. And the minute I hear the cadence change, I'm getting ready for that minor. Once I hear the cadence change, there's the jazz. So you look at that chord, you want that run. I take this turn, which is what, 2 plus? Now I could go straight down into the 2 with an E flat 7. Again, the last note determines the name of the chord. Now it says a 9 there because I have so many notes in this range. If I start taking notes off, that'll change. The highest note will determine what we have there. As I take notes off, you see it change. Now I could stay right here, or I could climb chromatically up. Now, when I'm in this, and when you're in this range, you're in the 4, but you can play the minor in the 1. Again. Learn the inversions that you could use in any key. Now, of course, the diminished climb. Again, the last note changes it. Each time you add a note, for the chord up, it changes. But your ears will tell you where you are. That's what you're hearing. Trying to get that bass on the bottom. And again, it's easy when you have an organ, because you know you're going to have a bass right there. We've given you and we've shown you a lot, and we have a little bit more to show you. And now from here you can go chromatically down. Let me see the chord I want to give you. You want to trust your ears, because your ears won't lie to you if you've given them something to practice. How many notes do I have there where my ear can rest on a note? Knowing where your chords are. Want that 7th in there. The preacher chord technique, which I use from a guideline. You've got the 1, which is your 1, which is a nice long chord. And when you know you're going to the 4, you want to give it a turn chord. Nice and short, long, and then another long. You're in the 5, and let the 1 be another short chord. Just jump right into it. Because now, and again, you are gauging especially if you're doing, if your minister is one who you've been accustomed to. When it's a guest minister, you're on your own. But to give them that break, and you can hang right there in the 4. Bum, 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 bum. There's a chord I'm missing. There it is. That's the chord I want to hear. A lot of chords. Again, that's why I say this is for the advanced musicians, not to change what you're currently doing, but to add to it. Preacher chords in the key of D flat. D is next.